Hello Libra, thank you for tuning in to your general read. For the main part of the read, I'm using the Lima Tarot by Renata Lechner. For the supportive oracle cards, I'm using the Magical Spell cards by Lucy Cavendish. Already shuffled. Let's see what we got. Alright, let's do some... This might be face down. Okay. Alright. Whew. Where are we going into here? I'm coming in with you with the Two of Wands. And I'm getting like this, like it's kind of like which do you choose? You got a hold of one side, and it's knowing how one side feels and not knowing how the other side is, trying to grasp the other side. This is weird for this one because I feel like there's conversations in flight here. I'm feeling like you got a hold of part of this situation. You're trying to get a hold of the other part. It's like you're torn a little bit. You're torn between two, and you're trying to understand or get a hold of like what's the other side doing. That's how you're coming into this. The reason you're having a hard time, though, is because in the center I have the Six of Swords. They're pulling back. Somebody's pulling back, and they're not explaining, and they're not willing to explain what's going on. I'm getting they're keeping a bit of distance here. You're seeing things as a problem. They seem to be moving on to a better situation, but you're like, no, what you left behind, I need to know what's going on because this is going to become a problem later. I need to know what the deal is. I need to grasp where you're standing and why you're doing or have done what you've done. And I feel like they're pulling back. They're not giving you information. This is a problem. You don't like this. Because you're like, I know this isn't over, and if I don't know why you're doing what you're doing or done what you've done, if I can't understand why you're standing where you're standing, I feel like this is going to get bad again. And you're trying to get more information. Now, I'm getting this other side, like you're dealing with two sides. You got to hold to one side. The other side's pulling away. The other side seems to be pulling away quite successfully with the Six of Wands. I'm getting the other side that you're dealing with, other things going on, they're happy doing something else, they're not really paying attention to you. I feel like you're being ignored, to be fair. And they seem to be going off on their own. Happy to do that, happy-go-lucky, no problems for them. They went whatever the problem was, they moved on from it. At least for now. The Queen of Cups is between you and that other side. One of the things about the Queen of Cups is she can hide her emotions. She can hold her emotions back if she decides to. And I'm getting the other side is not, they're not engaging with you. They're not telling you what they're thinking or feeling. But I'm also getting like there seems to be some, I want to say animosity. I want to say there's some animosity. And I'm not exactly sure where it's popping in because I feel like somebody's unhappy about this because you feel like you really need to know and you're not happy that information is being withheld from you. And the other side seems to have also a little bit of a negative annotation where they don't feel like it's your place to know this information and they don't like you coming towards them trying to get it. So I'm getting, you're kind of holding back how you're feeling, but they're holding back how they're feeling too. But I'm getting there's like a negative feel between the two. Like you're not happy that they're not telling you what you need to know. You feel like you should know, like you need to know so you can see what's coming forward and you can prepare for it. They seem to have the opposite feel to where this is something they don't feel like you should know. They kind of resent you trying to find out. They almost feel like you trying to find out is prolonging the situation and the situation to them is over. So there's kind of like this situation going on. You're not becoming difficult. I want to make sure I put that in there. I don't feel like you're pushing or like being monotonous. I don't feel that. I just feel like you're trying every now and then and you're not getting anywhere. But the strength is telling me you're every now and then you just keep trying to pull it forward and it's a no-go. The other side is this face down card. So you have strength on your side in the form of a tarot card. Like you're trying to find out. You're trying to weather the situation. You feel like you really need to know. It's really egging you, really nagging at you that you really feel like you need to know. And I don't feel like you're backing off. Face down on the other side is though they have strength too. They're not bending. They're not bending. They're not telling you. They're not willing to. And I feel like it's face down is because they're trying to like negate it out in a sense. Like they're trying to make it like when you start talking about it, I feel like this is face down is because they're trying to make it like they don't know what you're talking about or that they're not thinking about it or they're like, oh, I don't remember, things like that. I feel like they're trying to negate you out in the sense of like they're just trying to like act like they don't really even remember and they don't want to get down, they don't want to start getting into that again. It's just old news and they don't really even remember. They don't want to dredge up the past. And I feel like you're seeing it for the bull it is. You're like, you know exactly what I want to know and you're not telling me. And I have to say, I just want to say, cards pop out as they will. This one card on your side, I'm just not sure how that's going to be received. It just popped out there. So you got the study card, but you also have the devil card right behind it. They're telling me you might be getting a little obsessed with this. The study with the devil card is like you're trying to find other ways to get the information. And I'm getting the devil card is saying it's a little bit obsessive. They're saying this is not helping you. They're telling me that it's best for you to let it go. For now, to let it go, and it will resurface later if necessary. I don't feel like you like that. I don't feel like this is really something you want to hear. It's where the card popped out. Because they're telling me you're trying to find other ways to get the information you're looking for, but the devil card is telling me that this is not good. This is kind of an obsession thing. They're saying you should let it be. They're telling me if you let it just kind of go dormant, it'll resurface in its own time, and when it's time, that's when it's time to deal with it. I'm getting the information is not going to come to you. And I'm also getting that devil card here is like you might get really even more frustrated because even going other ways, trying to get the information other ways, is not working. I'm getting, if this reading is hitting you at the right time, whatever that may be for you, you're realizing that it's an uphill battle. When you start realizing it's an uphill battle, there's telling me that's the point for you to, that's the easiest point for you to disconnect, just to let it be. Because it's just going to get more and more frustrating for you the farther you go, and I don't feel that information coming to you. Because where this seems to be going out is the King of Swords with the confidence. If that devil card comes into play, which usually he does, he's his major arcana, I'm getting the King of Swords here between you and somebody else. I'm getting like somebody is like tweaking your nose a little bit. Like, this is not your information, this is not your business. Somebody seems to be really pushing at you like somebody's toes got stepped on, and I'm feeling like they're getting right in your face about it, to be fair. I'm getting the confidence here is like you have to hold your own. You're going to end up in a very uncomfortable conversation, and I'm getting like you have to actually explain why you feel you need this information, and somebody's explaining to you why you're not going to get the information. I'm getting the King of Swords is a communication moment where somebody is very direct and to the point, and I feel like somebody is telling you why you're not going to get the information. I feel like you have to defend yourself and explain why you feel like you need the information. Again, though, I'm not feeling it come forward. The confidence with the King of Swords is like somebody is getting right in your way. I feel like you try to go around this situation and it gets ugly. To me, it gets ugly. I don't feel like it gets ugly like it's violent. It gets ugly like it's really uncomfortable. And somebody is really being very direct and telling you you need to butt out. And I feel like you're trying to defend yourself and explain why you feel like you need this information. It's not flying. At this point, it doesn't matter if you need the information or not. It's not happening is what I'm getting. I wanted this to end a little more positive, but I don't know if this is. Because I feel like whoever's telling you this is very unhappy that the situation... Like, I feel like they're coming at you, like they're almost accusing you of bringing the situation back to life, that it's gone dormant and it needs to stay dormant. And I feel like you're almost being accused of causing problems or possibly causing a fight. And I feel like you have to defend yourself like that's not what I'm doing. I'm just trying to make sure nothing becomes a problem again later. It's not. It's falling flat. It's like a lead balloon. It's not floating anywhere. It's just. It's not good. It's not. It's not flying. I feel like the reason you're trying to do this is you have best of intentions, but I don't feel like that's working for you. It's not working for you. They're warning here that the farther you pursue this, the more likely you're going to have a confrontation with somebody, and the more it feels like it's being turned around against you. And I feel like that's the point of this reading. Like, disconnect from this before it gets turned around against you. You're just going to have to trust the information will come to you when necessary. I just feel like it's going to get turned around against you. And I feel like that's the warning. The warning of this reading is to not let this happen, to not get to that point. While the devil card is there where you're getting upset that information isn't coming to you and you're not happy about that, you may be getting a little obsessed with it. That seems like that's going to happen either way. The King of Swords, though, that's minor arcana. You don't have to have this confrontation with this person. They're saying you can disconnect before it gets there. I'm feeling, all right, yeah, you can disconnect before it gets there. I feel like that's the biggest benefit of this read. To see that, like, there's that part where you're seeing it being an uphill battle. You're still going to kind of smolder on it a bit and not be happy, but they're saying if you can just stop looking for information, just accept that for now it's gone dormant, you're still going to be unhappy about it. You're just going to be kind of ticked off about it, but they're warning, like, if you keep pursuing it, somebody's going to turn it around and accuse you of causing the problem. And that's the worry. All right, I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, go ahead and shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.